Here we go, starting the stream up. Monday night Knicks, salute to Knicks Nation. CP from Knicks Fan TV. My man Jay Else from Nick of Time Show. CK2K in the building. This is another edition of the Quarantine Stream. We hope everybody's doing all right out there. On this episode, we're going to take your phone calls, another fan Q&A episode. We're going to touch on some start, bench, and cut. We're going to play a little game of start, bench, and cut. We're going to pay homage to a former Knick, show a former Knick some love. But yes. Fellas, let's start with this Donovan Mitchell. I don't know if you want to call it drama. I don't know what you want to call it. You know,
it's drama. It's drama.
It's drama.
Yeah.
Once again, you know, now we're hearing that, Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert are having some issues over, obviously, the coronavirus controversy that surrounded the Utah Jazz, where Rudy Gobert kind of spread it around the organization and Donovan Mitchell was impacted. Then all of a sudden, everybody's playing fantasy basketball. You know, get the spider to the Knicks. Can Leon Rose get the spider to the Knicks? I don't know. What do you guys think about it? JL, let's kick us off, man. What did you think about all this that transpired over the weekend?
Man, this is one of those things where you believe it when you see it. You start to try to connect the dots. You know, it's like, ooh, Mitch and Frank are friends. Ooh, maybe he could lower him. Ooh, like. What if we got some picks from the Clippers? Maybe we can move some of those.
The 2K trades start going crazy.
You start doing math, like 4 count of 3. All right. And he says, oh, RJ and Donovan. And you start to think, it's like, oh, maybe this can happen. And then you start to look and realize that no, this can happen without RJ or Mitch.
Right.
Because what is
selling low once again, man. Selling low, man.
Yeah.
It has to start with RJ or Mitch. I mean. And Randall has to be included.
So according to Ian Begley, he spoke to an executive who said it has to start with at least RJ and or Mitch and 2 first-round picks. Now, Mitch doesn't make any sense. Mitch makes no sense if you're going to have Gobert there.
Nope.
Yeah.
But on the premise of a RJ and 2 first-round picks, CK, where would you go with that? How would you deal with it if you would Leon Rose?
Look, first of all, I just want to understand how Donovan Mitchell is the one that's getting traded in this situation. If all this that we're hearing is true, you don't think the Jazz shipping Rudy first before they even think about
Rudy's
shipping Donovan?
That's
what I'm saying. So when I saw this stuff, I was like, it's fun, you know, but I highly doubt that we are even in that. But to play along and to answer that question, if we were really, really thinking about doing that, it's so hard for me to say yes. Oh, man, I know I'm going to get killed. Just because I'm not sure if we're really going to be making that much of an uptick if we're getting rid of all that stuff. It has very Carmelo Anthony vibes to me, but to a lesser degree.
To a lesser degree, because this is a 23-year-old all-star. I mean, I'm going to just throw that out there, play a little devil's advocate. You know what I mean?
No, that's 100%.
This is a kid that hasn't even reached his prime yet. You know, you know what I'm 100%. Saying. Go ahead, bro.
But I feel like we'd be giving up so much where it's just gonna be he's gonna be coming here. He'll play well, and like you said, we'll see what we can get from him. But I don't know. It's hard to say that we would even be able to get away with just getting rid of one of them, nonetheless having to get rid of both of them. So it's just there's so much ifs, ands, whats, maybes, this and that. I didn't even attempt to pretend to play along with this one because I don't see them move. If it was really real and it really comes down to it, and like they can't get this thing figured out, we all know Rudy gone.
Can we have some fun? Can we have some fun though? Can we have some fun?
Have fun. I can't. You know why I can't have fun? There's a player that had an Achilles injury that ruined my fun. All right, so I'm done dreaming. I'm done dreaming.
CK. We gotta keep it real.
Would you include RJ? Let's have some fun for it.
It depends on the package. It depends on the package because let's keep it real. We know what Donovan Mitchell is right now and what he can be ascending. You know what I mean? RJ's still a TBD. You know what I mean?
19.
With RJ, we always say he's got to get his shot together. And maybe he will. It's still very early for RJ. But with Donovan Mitchell, listen, you have a 23-year-old fringe all-star, already made the team. You know, he's hovering around there, playing a number 4 team on the West. Absolute stud. you got to give something to get something. At the end of the day, you have to give something to get something. You have to pay to play. This is not NBA 2K, man. You can't just come with these 2K trades.
That's what I'm saying.
Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's talk though. Would you give RJ?
Yo, I'm not.
Yeah, would you give? I want to know.
Okay.
Would you give RJ? How many firsts you giving up?
Do we have to give up this year's first? Like our lottery first? Yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean, definitely forget the Dallas picks. Forget the Dallas picks. You gotta pay to play.
You gotta give up.
It depends. If you talking like the number 7 pick, which is like
I'm pulling
Halliburton something. Yeah, but if you're talking like the number 1, 2, I'm not. I wouldn't trade the number 1 pick. No, for sure. No, definitely not. But if you're talking about something later in the lottery,
that can go. Bye bye.
That can go.
All right.
5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, those all can go. I don't care.
So I would do RJ and 3 first rounders.
Man, I would have to take like 5 shots first, and then I would accept the trade because exactly like CP said, man, it's so hard to tell. But Donovan Mitchell is also young too, so you got to bite that bullet. He's already, like you said, fringe all-star, so you're gonna get that kind of talent out of him. So I feel like you have to. I'm just the only way I'm just not doing it is like you guys said. If that pick, we get the lottery balls back, and we find out we get a top 2 pick, top 3 pick, then that makes me be like, I think I'm.
All right. I was checking the temperature. All right, here you go, CK.
Nothing is not to cut you off, JL. It's not a by any means necessary trade. And I was saying this on Twitter to a couple people, like my guy Anthony Parasol. I saw Christian Winsplash, I don't know his last name, for Daily News, had wrote like, it's a by any means necessary trade. They have to get him, and most importantly, they got to make sure that the Nets don't get him. And I'm like, no. That's not how we playing this game here.
We're not bidding against ourselves.
No. Yeah, we're not bidding against ourselves. We're not playing the Carmelo deal all over again. Where we have to prevent him from going to the net. No, it's not a by any means necessary type of trade, Jails. It's you pick up the phone, you put some feelers out there, and you see what you get back. But it's not a by any means necessary trade.
No, yeah.
Go ahead, Jails.
I couldn't.
I agree with you. I just want to check the temperature because I just want to see if the homerism was real or not because Donovan Mitchell averages 24 points a game.
Yo, listen, the spider is nasty, man.
Some spider are talking about no,
but it's not an easy pull. That's my thing.
It's not an easy pull. It's not an easy pull.
It's not an easy pull
because RJ could be something around that. Because RJ could end up being something, averaging something around that. And we'll have our picks too, but it's a what if situation. We know what Donovan is.
With RJ, you playing with what ifs. With RJ, you playing with what ifs. With the Spider, you know what you're getting. Now, like I said, if you're talking about the number 1 pick, no, I'm not gonna do that. But if you're talking about my guy Jay from Florida's guy Tyrese Halliburton, then
just look at this.
We'll do what we gotta do. We'll do what we gotta do, but it's not happening, man. And Gobert went on Taylor Rooks' show, said him and Donovan Mitchell are working on patching things up. So I don't know. I don't even know how that news even got out there, man. Makes no sense,
man. For real. I don't know, but like I said, to me, it's just the thought that everyone thought that Donovan Mitchell getting traded. That made no sense to me. I'm like, yo. How does that what everyone got from this news? Yeah. Like, the first thing I thought was like, damn, well, man, Rudy gonna look
stifle. It's been real, stifle.
I'm saying, like, that's crazy to me.
Yeah, man.
It's been real, stifle. So we'll see how all that plays out. But I think at the end of the day, looks, we know why Leon Rose is here, right? There's a lot of people that could have been picked for this president of basketball operations position. There's a reason why Leon Rose got picked. And that is to bring in a Donovan Mitchell type at some point during his tenure as president. It's not just going to be going through the draft. But at the same time, we don't have the pieces anybody wants, man. Let's just be real. There's 29 other teams in the NBA that could probably make a better trade for Donovan Mitchell right now than the Knicks can. A player that could help the Jazz continue to win and not just wish that they're going to turn into Donovan Mitchell and then some. You know
that's
what I mean?
Why I said let's just have some fun because I already
this is just all fun and games. But I say that Leon Rose is still gonna be here to net either a Joel Embiid, a Devin Booker, a Mitchell, a Town, somewhere down the road. It's gonna, the opportunity is gonna present itself.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna present itself.
Like I don't know when we're gonna make trades, but I would like to see, you know, who knows, next season maybe our guys will have a lot more value depending on who's here, who's not, who's getting playing time. But it might be, you know, better to make moves next season when guys are a lot more developed. But but like you said, this is all fun and games. This is pipe dreams.
All fun and games.
NY, we know Mitchell's from 35. New York.
Yeah,
35 ruined my pipe
listen,
dreams.
if it's that serious, wait for him in free agency, man. Wait for him in free agency if it's that serious. Or you try to trade for him when you actually have some leverage. Right now, you have no leverage. You have no leverage for none of these guys.
Yeah. And also I love RJ. I just want to let that I love RJ.
Yeah,
100%.
RJ, like I said, that's why I take 5 shots, because that's not an easy pull.
Yeah, exactly. It's not.
It's hard.
Not an easy move to make at all, man. Let's say it from JJ from Brooklyn on these matters. JJ, how you feeling, bro?
Yo, what's up? How's everyone doing tonight, man?
Good, man. How you doing, bro?
What's up, man?
Doing pretty good, man. I know I told you guys, what was going on in my family and stuff. My aunt passed from the virus about a week and a half ago.
Sorry to hear that, man.
And
sorry to hear that.
Condolences, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Thanks. I just want to say thanks to you, CP, and everyone in the chat. I saw, last time I told you, everyone was giving, well wishes and whatnot. And my older brother has it, but he's almost 2 weeks in, and he's feeling really good now. So everyone just stay safe. All you guys,
glad to hear that, man.
Chat,
yeah, man.
Stay safe, man, and we'll get through it.
Definitely glad to hear that.
Be careful, everyone.
One day at a time, my dude.
Hey, man, keep your head up, bro.
I appreciate it, man. But I just wanted to say, I don't want a quick fix. I just want to keep building. Keep RJ, keep Mitch. I don't want to trade those kids. We have obviously 2 first-round picks this year, 2 next year, right, and a great draft. So, say we trade for a Mitchell, which wasn't ever going to happen, or an Embiid, which I see people saying, like, we're going to have to trade basically our whole team anyway. So we're just going to have 1 star, and this is dropping 30 a game, and we're not winning much. So I just keep building through the draft, man, however long it takes. Just keep building that way,
Yeah. Yeah, I agree, fellas.
Yeah.
I mean, my stance on it is you have to continue to draft your players and cash in on your assets to where when you make a trade like this down the road, it doesn't kill you. Or when you make a trade like this down the road, you're not trying to figure out what's next, right? You want to add a Donovan Mitchell to your core ready to say, all right, we're making moves. Now we're taking another step up.
Yeah, and I feel like our team right now, we have a bunch of startups. Startups when you got your stock and it's cheap and it's not worth much, and you trying to like grow your stock till it's worth something, and maybe you can sell it. That's what I feel like most of our team is right now. Like most of our team right now is like a bunch of buy low stocks,
a bunch of Dollar Trees, man.
Dollar
Tree seeds,
a lot of could bees.
Yeah, a lot of could bees.
I don't even know if they're at the Dollar Tree yet, JLS. They might just be at the bodega right now. They start a real small business, man.
Exactly,
not a big business.
2 for 1s and stuff. Yeah.
Exactly,
definitely.
Exactly. And if you're making trades right now, you might. That's the thing. If you make trades right now, you might regret it later because that stock can go up after you trade it, and you're like, "Dang." Now RJ's an all-star. Now Frank is a starter. Now Knox can hit the 3 and play defense.
Yeah, man. I know, man. Yeah,
it's crazy. Speaking of Knox, I was reading Mike Vorkanoff of The Athletic. He had John Hollinger in an interview about the Knicks and their rebuild. And one of the stats they had pointed out, I don't have the specific figures on me, but it's an estimate. Knox's rookie year, they had him run in as the lead ball handler in pick and roll situations, 200 plus possessions. In his sophomore year, I think that number dropped down to about 60 something or 90 something. If, don't quote me on it, but I mean, major regression in his utilization is basically what we're saying. And when it comes to development, that's just a major question mark. Are they using him correctly? Yeah, I mean,
here's the thing: it's like who's on the floor, who is he on the floor with?
Yeah.
Right now, if you're looking at how people are being used, you would think RJ probably has a more natural feel for the game on the offensive end when it comes to distributing. It's just a matter of is he willing to? You know what I mean? Right. So like it makes sense to give RJ to kind of adjust and give RJ the ball a bit more, which kind of hurts Knox just by default.
Let's hear from Will from LI and the Donovan Mitchell topic. Will, how you feeling, man?
Hey, what's going on, guys? What's up, the panel? CP, JL, CK2K, how y'all doing?
Good, man.
What's up, bro?
Good, man. Hey, man, I want to touch on this topic about the whole Donovan Mitchell thing, man. Honestly, it's not going to happen, man.
No,
don't get me wrong. There's some, weird little fantasy. I really wish he was in Frank's draft, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, in the what if, what if our front office was actually smart and still didn't come and completely I mean, don't get me wrong, I like Frank, but if we would have gotten Donovan for that pick, we would have been in a completely different situation.
Yeah,
everything changes. So, but yeah, man, I'm not doing it, man. I just don't think that it's enough there. First thing you guys said it, there's no way that they would get rid of Donovan instead of Gobert.
Yeah.
And then two, man, I just feel like that thing is gonna get patched up. This is just like a dry, it's like a no news. Any type of news is news.
That thing just came out of left field, man. I don't know where that news came from, man. That thing just came out of left field,
man. I just don't think it's gonna happen, man.
Yeah.
But I did want to talk about the draft.
Mm-hmm.
And a potential scenario.
Okay.
I want to run by you. I'm happy CK2K is here because we're going to be talking about our boy LaMelo Ball. The rumors came out, man, like the Warriors aren't that high on James Wiseman, the guy that we kept on saying, the Warriors don't get him, Mm-hmm. They're not really high for him. So
I'm not surprised.
And it looks like they want that kid from Israel, Denny.
They want Denny.
So let me run you guys by this scenario, and I'll let you guys off.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say we get in a top 5 pick, right? Because Denny's slotted somewhere in the 4 to 5 range, 4 to 6.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say the Warriors get that number 1 pick, and I feel this so strongly because I feel like for certain players that you think are going to just completely change an organization by their very being there, you gotta couple a first round pick to move up, like who did? We've seen it, it work and not work. We've seen Dallas do it for Luka. They felt so strongly in Luka that they coupled the next following year first round pick to get him, and then we've also seen the Sixers do it with Markelle Fultz, and it also messed up. But for me, if Golden State would do, we'll give them let's say we got the 4th pick. If they would give us the first pick, if we give them next year's first, and we can secure LaMelo, I'm doing it. So I just want to know what you guys think about that, man. I'm gonna leave you out to it.
He said next year's first.
For next year's
21.
First.
Yeah. All right, y'all be good, man.
Next year's supposed to be Next year's draft is supposed to be nice, man.
Yeah.
Next year's draft is supposed to be nice. I get what he's saying though. I would have to. Can a top 10 protect that?
For real. Yeah, I agree, except for that last part. I do. I know we talk about, we're not big on trading. I don't agree with trading down. People try that conversation with me. I'm never a fan of trading down. But I do, if we do fall at that 4-5, I don't know if we can get the first, but I do say we, throw both our first round picks and, somebody on our roster to hopefully get maybe a 3-2. To try and go up and try to get a guy like LaMelo or even Edwards if he drops or whoever it goes up there. I'm all for that. I can't co-sign the giving up next year's pick because regardless of who we pick in this draft, even if we have a better season, we're still going to be talking about lottery next year. And like Jairus just said, next year's lottery is actually going to be very solid too. So I would like to keep that pick for that. But I'm not against looking at trying to move up if we land within the top 5. If we get out of the 5, there's no way we're gonna move up. They don't matter. We have the 6, 7, 8, 9. Nobody gonna. It doesn't matter who we move.
I mean, you talking moving up to go get LaMelo now?
If we're at 4 or 5, I consider it. I talk. I make some phone calls because we still in the top 5, still able to get one of these guys. I don't think that's crazy. Like I said, if you're like 6, I don't think that's not gonna happen.
Yeah,
you're not moving from 6. The question is
no.
Yeah. You're definitely not moving from 6. If you're getting, say, 4 or 5 to go to 1,
I'd make the talk. I don't know about 1. I'm saying 2, 3. I think 1 is unrealistic. You could try, but I doubt it. No one's trading the 1 pick for the 4 or 5.
I don't think.
But I would make a call for 2, 3.
I'm not doing it.
You're not doing that?
Nah, I'm not doing it. Because you're gonna be back in the lottery the year after that anyway, man.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
But I'm not talking about. But I'm not moving to the 21 pick. I'm not moving the 21 pick. I'm just talking about making a call for the 4 in our late first, and maybe a DSJ or maybe somebody at one of those contracts, maybe, and get like a 3-2. Like I would make that call. I would think about something like that. I don't think that 4 or 5. I don't care where you are. No one's straight enough to get the first pick. I don't care how weak the draft is. The same thing we just said about Donovan Mitchell goes over to the Golden State Warriors. Anybody else is going to have a better package to get that first overall pick than us. I feel like it is more realistic to possibly get like a 2 or 3 from, I don't know, like a Hawks or whoever ends up getting up there. That's something that we could talk about. But no, I'm not moving my 21 pick. I hope that didn't get lost in the sauce. I was just saying I would think about it, but I'm not moving my 21
Got
pick.
you.
Yeah, that 21. That 21. That 21 pick it'll be hard to move, man.
No, at all.
Do you think they would take something? I don't see a team. Do you see a team taking a 5th and a 21st or whatever?
No.
I'd make the call. I probably not, but why not call? Be like, yo, I'm Leon Rose. How you doing? I'm new. You can trust me. We can make some.
Right.
I mean, if there's a team with cap implications on it, you never know.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
because who's the top 3?
You never know. A team like a Golden State, you never know.
To me, though, Denny.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, Denny makes perfect sense for Golden State more than Wiseman. I never really. To me, I never really bought Wiseman at Golden State anyway. Like, it just didn't make any sense to me from what the scouts are saying.
Yeah. To
what his skill sets are versus Denny. To me, Denny and Golden State just seems like it makes perfect sense to me.
Somebody said Denny kind of reminds him of like a new age Kukoc. That would be like a Kukoc move for the Warriors.
That is actually one of the best analogies I have heard so far about Denny.
Yeah.
Everybody's trying to go the Luka route. Kukoc, that's actually pretty solid.
Little Kukoc.
That's a solid one.
What the scout was saying to us, Jason Filippi, international scout, was saying about Denny is that not that he's gonna be the next Luka, but that he has a good feel for the game like Luka did.
Yeah.
A good feel for the game.
I get that.
In terms of overall court awareness and IQ and things of that nature. So, it's still very interesting. All right, back to the phones. Delano from North Carolina is with us. Delano, how you feeling, man?
Yo, what's going on, everybody, man? I'm doing all right, man. I hope everybody's doing good. You know what I'm saying? Salute to you. Salute to CP. Jay Ellis, salute to CK2K. What's going on, man?
It's good, bro.
I'm going to be honest. The whole situation with Utah, I just think it's just talk. I'm going to be honest with you. I think the whole thing is just, them just fishing for a story. Because if I'm not mistaken, earlier in the season, there was reports that Rudy Gobert was upset with the Jazz organization and the coaching staff because he wanted more touches at the ball. He wanted to be more active in the offense. And now all of a sudden you hear this rift between him and Donovan Mitchell, which sounds eerily the same thing like the whole Shaq and Kobe thing all over again, just this, in this modern age. And I'm looking at, too, salary-wise, that whole trade scenario doesn't even make sense. So we're giving up more than we would actually be getting back, and he has less. He's still on his rookie deal.
Yeah, he's still on his rookie deal.
You know what I'm saying? Donovan Mitchell actually would, the Utah Jazz would actually end up owing us more money because, according to the wage scale, where he got picked, if we gave him RJ, they would have to give us something more than just Donovan Mitchell.
Well, they said they'll give you back Moutier, man. How you feel about that, man? They said we'll throw in Moutier. We'll send you guys. They said we'll bring you guys back Moutier.
I'm in.
You know what I mean?
Well, again, the contract
to repair old wounds. To repair the wounds.
I know CK in.
Look, see.
Let's just keep building the way we've been building, personally. But again, you talking about bringing back Moutier. I mean, that ship is kind of sailed already, in my opinion.
Thank you.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
Sure,
if we wasn't going to give him a contract, I don't see the point in bringing him back.
No, that was a joke.
Now was under contract with somebody else.
Yeah.
And again, just to up his value, I'm good.
Yeah.
We need a draft point guard in the draft that we can actually build.
For real.
Of all that, we could have, we should have re-signed him and Von Lay. You know what I mean? That's my personal opinion.
Hey, you're right on that.
But
man.
As far as like I said, with the whole situation with Donovan Mitchell, he's still on his rookie deal. He's a fantastic player. Definitely wish we could have drafted him. Considering what he is now and where Frank is still in the development, you know what I'm saying, process, he's already further along. But it is what it is. We got to build with what we got right now, and just trust that what we're building for the future is gonna be something sustainable. So
that's it, man. Can't skip
steps.
Right
now, that's just kind of where I'm at with it. I'm not looking to do any deals. Yeah. No matter how much I'm a big Donovan Mitchell fan. I like the guy.
Yeah.
But I don't want to do any deals. I just want to build through the draft and continue in that direction. That's the one thing that keeps derailing us. Every time we have a vision or a focus or a way that we're trying to do things, and all of a sudden something comes along, we find a shiny penny on the floor, and all of a sudden, I got to get that penny. Like, nah, sometimes you got to continue with the, the process.
Yeah. We always want the shiny new thing, man. That's always been in our nature. We always want the shiny new thing, man.
That's a fact.
That's facts.
Yeah, man. Appreciate the call, Delon. Salute to everybody in the chat. Hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Let's shout out some people in the chat, man. Salute to Michael Parker, JL. Sends us a super chat.
All right.
Says, we can't trade RJ for Mitchell because we need to trade RJ to get LaMelo. Testing. Yo. That's Michael Parker for you, man. Get rid of RJ. Get rid of Knox, man. Salute to El Capitan in the chat. He says, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. So definitely do so.
Yo, I got a shout out Robert Paris.
Yep.
For the super chat. He says Spider in NY should be the second option eventually.
Robert Paris, salute to Robert Paris, man.
He wants a second option. Okay, all right.
Yeah. JL, so you losing the light over by
where you going, JL?
Where you going, bro?
I was like, where you going?
That was like a symbiont, bro. Like some Venom type stuff going on, bro.
Yo.
I'm back. I'm alive.
Yo, I thought JL's was getting sucked into the Matrix for a second. CK, what happened, bro?
Thanos over there snapping. I'm like, no, not Jay.
JL is just, oh, man.
It's my blue pill, my bad.
Yeah, it's all good, man. All good.
I'm back, guys.
Salute to everybody in the chat. Definitely want to shout out Metaphysical Logic in here, fellas. We got Cochise Carter.
Hey.
All the mods. Rome, what's going on? Keith Sinclair. Dave, what's going on? TM. Above the Rim. Cynthia Wolf in here. How you feeling, Cynthia? Who you guys want to shout out?
Yeah, shout out Delano Steele Jr. Shout out to you, my guys.
Shout out Delano.
Craig Williams always want. Yeah, Craig Williams too. Ricardo Custard. John Talento, my guy, Fritz Alessandro, shout out to you as well. And Kaiser Sose 718.
Kaiser Sose, salute to you, man. Let's take a Twitter question. This Twitter question goes to, let me just open it up. Jim Curtis, salute to Jim Curtis. He says, if the salary cap is significantly less than expected next year, and this is indeed a multi-year rebuild, should the Knicks take back bad contracts from those teams unexpectedly over the luxury tax if those teams are willing to attach draft picks? CK, what do you think? I think it's a no-brainer.
Which teams are we talking about?
And this is indeed
so what they're saying is the salary cap was expected to hit 115 million. With the impacts of what's going on with the virus and stuff like that, they're saying it could take a dip between 4 to 6 million. So it could dip down a little bit. And so then, certain teams could find themselves over the cap or even entering into the luxury tax situation. So that could benefit teams like the Knicks in terms of, trading for a salary dump, or even, you may find free agents shaking loose. Joe Harris. Joe Harris.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I think, and especially too, if you're talking about attaching some draft picks onto those things, I mean, I would say why not? Some expiring contracts, and like you said, getting an early start on some of these guys that we could probably re-sign or get back if they end up panning out. I would say, we should do that. We should
100%. JLs, how about you, man?
Oh, absolutely. Like, if you looked at what kind of happened last year, we ended up with too many players that needed playing time. Yeah. And we wish that we would have used some of that, some of those roster spots just to have somebody there that didn't really make sense, who wasn't going to compete for minutes with Knox or with ISO or whoever we wanted to play. You know what I'm saying? So I think it would be smart for us to actually use some of that cap space, just to get some draft picks.
Man.
So I'm for it.
Yeah, we got cap space for the first time.
I would say for me, I think it all depends, first off, on the draft. Like, do we address our needs in the draft? Do we end up with a good shooter that we feel confident can make the roster from the draft standpoint? Because that may impact whether you keep Ellington, whether you keep Bullock, or you keep both. I think depending on how the draft goes, you'll see whether or not you're going to guarantee some of the contracts of some of these 1+1 free agents that you have. But absolutely, they should, without question, be looking as a place to land salary dumps. So these are the top teams that are going to end up with good cap space for the offseason. The Hawks at number 1, close to about 59. You got Grizzlies within the 50s range, low 50s. Knicks, low 50s. Pistons around 37 right now. Hornets hovering around 30. Cleveland Cavs 28. Phoenix Suns at 25. This was an article from Bleacher Report back in February in terms of some teams that could be impacted by the cap. Some teams that they say that are in or near the luxury tax: Boston Celtics, Warriors, Nets, 76ers. And they say Denver could hit that depending on certain moves that they make. So these are some teams, when you look into the draft and you look into the offseason, like a Warriors, I still contend that they could end up trading that lottery pick. I still think they could end up trading that lottery pick to try to get some cap relief and ultimately go get the freak in 2 years.
Yeah. How many picks do the Celtics have left?
So this year, I got to check. I'm not sure how much draft picks the Celtics have this year.
Let's see.
The Nets. If the Nets go try to make a blockbuster move, which a lot of people expect them to try to make, again, could Joe Harris shake loose? Because he's making about $8 million this year.
Come on down, bro. Stay in New York. We got you, man.
We got you, man. You could double up his salary. Yeah, you overpaid. Fills a need. And it puts them in a tricky situation because they also have to look to re-ing up Jared Allen.
Yeah.
Yep.
They got DeAndre Drummond on a $10 million per year. So Nets.
I forgot they got Jared Allen still.
Yeah.
I forgot they still had Jared Allen. Yeah. All the DeAndre Jordan stuff and him starting right before this whole thing. I forgot they still had Jared Allen, man. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they gonna be in a nice little bind.
Yeah. Sixers. I mean, look at the deal that they gave Al Horford. They got Tobias Harris locked up. Yeah.
Elton Brand, baby.
Elton Brand, man. True story, man.
And to answer the Celtics question, they got 2 late draft picks.
2 late draft picks. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Let's go down south, Florida. Nate, what's going on? How you feeling, man?
Hey, what's going on, you guys, man? First time caller. I wanted to talk about this Melo Ball thing. Mm-hmm. If you do draft him, I think you have to have somebody there, either the head coach or another point guard older that can teach him how to play in New York City, man. Because there's certain things that I see from him that's the immaturity. Yeah. I just don't like it. I saw on his, I think that was their little reality show. His dad tried to get him to lift weights, and he won't lift weights. And I saw some pictures of him over the summer. He was kind of pudgy. The shot,
LaMelo looks pudgy.
The shot is not really there, so I would like,
You said LaMelo looks
pudgy?
I
would like for them to get like, yeah, man, he looks real pudgy, man. The recent pictures I've seen of him, he's not for a person that at that age, he shouldn't have that high percentage of body fat. You should be lean. You should be in shape, especially the style of offense that he's used to playing at Chino Hills, man, where they run hills and they run. His dad always stresses run. He looks kind of pudgy, man. I don't know if you could pull up some pictures. Look at his body, man. He's kind of pudgy. And on top of that, we don't really have any good leadership around him to teach him how to play point guard. So I would love for them to bring in maybe Mark Jackson as a coach, maybe Jason Kidd as a coach. If not, try to get Chris Paul or
Kenny Atkinson,
Kyle Lowry, or somebody that
how about Kenny Atkinson?
Show him how to be a professional.
How about Kenny Atkinson? Appreciate the call. What you got? What you got, Jails?
Yeah, bring in the Jeremy Lin whisperer. Bring him in there.
Yeah,
let him go to town. You can teach LaMelo and Frank how to play.
Nate, what was your comment on Atkinson? What did you think about him?
Say it again.
What was your comment on Atkinson? I cut you off before you were saying something on Atkinson. What did you think about him as a potential coach?
No, I can't really hear you super low, but I'm just saying that you have to, for that young of a kid, and especially he hasn't played any college ball, so you have to have a situation where he learns how to be a leader at that level, especially in New York, man. I mean, he's from Chino Hills, man. This is New York City, man. You're going to be the franchise player for the marquee city of the world, man. I just don't think that maturity level is there yet. I don't think you take him and throw him in as the number one starter day one. I think you have to really, really train him up.
CK, go ahead, bro.
I feel like those are all. I don't think you have to worry about the things you said. I feel like those are all worries before he went to Illawarra. Because like you said, didn't play college, but he did play pros. So he did play against guys that, they're going to beat him up and stuff like that. Mind you, if they're, D-League, whatever you want to say about him. So I'm not really entirely worried about that. I do agree on the coaching part. But at the same time too, like the analogy you brought with the whole weightlifting thing, again, that was high school. That was before he was even, going overseas and actually doing actual pro weightlifting and stuff like that. So that whole scene, like I watched the show too. And also too, even though he was a kid from Chino Hills, the fact that he's been in the spotlight since he was 8th grade, I'm honestly not too worried about the New York thing. I'm not. I know, as tough as New York's going to be, people are going to be on him and stuff like that. But this kid's been getting hated on since before he was even in high school. So I mean, I feel like that stuff is going to be, water under the bridge to him. Whether he comes to New York or goes to the league in general, people are going to have eyes on him if he's playing for Cleveland or if he's playing for New York. And I feel like he's going to be just fine. I mean, look at Lonzo. Lonzo had so much, people talking about him and hoping for him. And then, he was like a 3-year project, and now he's finally playing well.
It's coming into his own, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And he was doing it in LA, and you could never tell because the dude looked like he was never shaken up about it. So I'm not too worried about this stuff. I think of everything you said. I do agree with the coaching thing. And I mean, I don't think it's ever a problem to have a veteran point guard next to a rookie, whoever it is. Like if you're getting a point guard that's hopefully going to be your guy for the long term, I don't think it's ever a problem to ever get a vet point guard to whether be on the roster, not playing in front of them, but be on the roster to, be there for him. But I don't feel like those are things we should be worried about. I feel like that was something we should worry about early 2019.
Listen. I don't know them as well, but it seems like he can handle the pressure. The way that they've kind of accelerated his growth and development, and as the different leagues that he's ascended into. I think he will be able to handle it. Yeah, he has those tendencies. It's a younger generation, man. Look at his brand. Yeah. He has millions of followers already. He hasn't even made the league. It's just. The younger generation, they know how to market themselves so well. They turn into stars before they truly, hit a certain level. You know what I mean? And in some cases, sometimes like in music, that's a bad thing. And maybe in sports, maybe it's a bad thing too. Depends on the player. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Yeah. Some players will fizzle out with all that stardom and not know how to handle it. And others will, it'll slide off them. So we'll see which one LaMelo will be.
I'm more worried about LeVar than LaMelo, to be honest with you. I think LaMelo's gonna be all right, yo.
It's the LeVar soundbite you gotta look out for, man.
All I'm saying, just be on the lookout for that Triple B building in Manhattan. That's all I'm gonna say. Mm-hmm. LeVar, come out there, watch out for that Triple B.
The Triple
building.
B, like the Batman sign, like the Batman sign. You're like, wait, what's going on right now? But Empire State might not. Triple B's have touched down.
It's facts, man.
Oh man,
yeah, man.
It's gonna be crazy, man. It's gonna be crazy. Salute to everybody in the chat once again. Hit that thumbs up on for you boys. We got about 500 people watching. So salute to all you guys. We definitely appreciate it. Once again, this is another edition of the quarantine stream. Welcome to everybody who joined in. Welcome all team #new. If you guys are new in the chat, leave us a #new. We hope you guys are being safe out there, safe and sound wherever you guys are holed up at in your quarantines. Fellas, we saw Karl Anthony Towns' mom passed away from coronavirus, man. So we definitely send our condolences. It's a tough time, man. It's a tough time. I'm hearing people that I know or through 6 degrees of separation have been impacted by it. So
yeah, man.
It's like every day you get news about somebody else, whether it's that or,
for real.
Like in this situation with Towns. It's crazy. Yeah. Crazy what's going on, man.
Yeah, shout out. Always shout out to grocery store people, cashiers, nurses, doctors,
delivery drivers,
delivery drivers.
Mm-hmm.
FDNY, paramedics, EMT. Everybody shout out to all you.
Of course.
Absolutely, man. A couple super chats came in. We got Alan Berman. He says, "I like RJ, but I part with him in those Dallas picks with Donovan Mitchell in a second." Bad Book 1 says, Mitchell trade is talk, but I take him over RJ. Thanks, CPJL, CK2K, for another show. Salute to Knicks fans. And he says, bye-bye, Gar Forman. Is that official? Did the Bulls get rid of Gar Forman?
He out, man.
Okay. All right. Well, I saw John Paxson got, did he get promoted? They put him in like a senior advisor role, so maybe it was a little demotion.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But no, as far as I know he guards out. That thing was reported, Woj approved, everything. Yeah, he out. He's gone.
Oh, gone. Man. All right. So congrats to the Bulls fans, man. Congrats to the Bulls fans.
That right?
Celebrate
good times. Come on.
Yeah, man. We got Mr. Jama 9 sends us a super chat. Says Leon Rose will make a trade. Who you want? Cat, Beal, or Booker? What do you think, fellas? Right now? JLs, what do you think? Cat, Beal, or Booker?
Oh man.
CK, we talked about this over the summertime, right? What's back?
No, the cat.
To my answer.
No, the cat. I'm going to say. I want to.
Oh man,
Beal.
It's Beal all day for me.
It has to be Beal, right? It has to be. Yeah. I just said, man, I like Booker, man. I just love his attitude, and I just want to get him out of Phoenix. But it's got to be Beal. It has to be.
I think Booker's more realistic. Okay. I think Beal would be a better play.
Yeah,
I think Booker's a very realistic.
Without a doubt.
Because Phoenix isn't winning anything. So I think next 2 years, that's the trade you look for.
I would not cry if Booker came to New York. That's a
boy.
Man.
Yeah.
He would be fun, bro.
I go Beal. What you guys think in the chat? I'm seeing some mixed opinions. Some Booker, some Beals. Marlon Small says Beal is an adult. I would go Beal, man.
Yeah,
I would go Beal. Yeah, for sure. Interesting question, though, man. Let's go to the phones again. Let's see who we got here. Let's talk to our guy Jay from Florida. Jay, what's going on, man? How you feeling?
Yo, what's good, fellas?
What's good, bro?
Hey, man, man. I'm still bored. Okay. You see all these teams out here making moves, bro. You see the Bulls getting a new front office. I was looking at our scouting teams, the same scouting team for the last 4 years, bro. That's scary, bro. The same scouting team here in the assistant GM, and it go out in Houston. On top of that, we need people in there that can make good decisions, man. I don't see how this is going to work out, without a complete overhaul, right?
Mm. What do you want to see? I mean, who's your pick for GM? What do you want to see? You just want to see a move just to make a move?
I just need somebody basketball mind in there. Other than Mitch P got to go, bro. We got to get Mitch quick, drag him out. You know what I'm saying? You got to go. Gerald Mackins, all the cats that been in for 2-3 years that haven't only made one good draft pick in Mitch, they got to go, man. Right? With the RJ situation for Donovan Mitchell, I'm trading RJ ASAP. I'm getting him out of New York. RJ might be a marginal role player at best, bro.
He can't shoot. Like,
Wow.
who knows if that shot will ever come around?
Wow.
Like, he really can't shoot, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's still throwing bricks at the rim. So I'm sending RJ to Utah ASAP. We driving straight to Utah in a minibus. Right? Because I know he's Jamaican. We drive to Utah in the minibus.
In the dollar van? You take him in the dollar van, bro?
Oh, man.
Oh,
my God.
Oh.
Utica.
Yo, he says he's driving him in the dollar van straight to Utah, bro.
Wow.
If you know, you know, and that's pretty damn hilarious. Oh my goodness.
He can't shoot, man. The third point, Mitch, man. Y'all seen Mitch dribbling the ball and going around people and shooting threes? Like, we need a coach that can unlock Mitch. Like the other cat from Florida that said Jason Kidd. Jason Kidd might be able to unlock Mitch. He unlocked Greek Freak. He might be able to give Mitch a little bit more creativity. We don't need Tibbs or Mike Miller that's super structured. We need somebody a little bit more creativity to kind of unlock the kids, man. Just be tough on them, but like let them use what they have naturally. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I agree.
The fourth point is no Halliburton.
There it is. Let the highlight CP
I can't do it. Oh,
man. I'm out of this.
Jay's hilarious, man.
Bro.
Oh man,
Jay is hilarious. So he said he's doing he's getting rid of RJ fast. I mean, look, the lack of shooting ability sure it's a concern. You know, I'm sure it's a concern, but it can be fixed.
Yeah, it can be fixed.
It can
early.
be fixed. It's
early.
Very.
He's already shooting better now than he was in college. Like he's gonna be fine.
Yeah, we saw Heartbeat during the season. We saw the free throw percentage kind of slowly get up there. He started hitting some threes. He's not there yet, but he's showing some progress. Let him cook.
19,
let him cook, man.
Let him cook.
Can I speak on this Mitch thing? Like real quick. Now I've been saying this. I'm not a fan of these workout videos, and Mitchell Robinson is at the top of my list because I want to see them on the court. Like it's all cool. He is the biggest tease, man. Like I get it. Like you got the handles. I'm cool. You hitting like threes in a row. Let me see it on the court. I say the same thing about Ben Simmons. So, Mitch, just because you Nick don't mean that you accept my guy. Like, the same thing. If you're going to show us these things, start doing it on the court. Because he's had opportunities. It's not like they weren't available to him. He had opportunities to let one fly, and he didn't. So, that's my only beef with Mitch. Like, it's cool. Gets excited, but for what? Do it on the court. Yeah.
I co-sign that. JL is co-sign for sure. 100. I'm tired of these videos. I'm so tired of getting hyped over these videos of him going between the legs behind the back.
Man.
Pull up threes from the half court.
Sham God up and under,
pointing at the camera afterwards like that. He's like, I do this. Like, no, you don't. Someone go get the Patrick Ewing meme.
When did you show that?
You don't.
I mean, look, man, you can't get too high and low off these videos. And somebody was like, "Oh man, you think he's really gonna do it in the game?" I said, "No. It's just to show he's putting in work. He's got skills, clearly. Now, is it something that he's gonna pull out in the game? I have no idea. Who is this person even guarding him? Like, is it his cousin, or is it like another prospect? You know what I mean?
Definitely not a prospect. I can tell you that.
Definitely his cousin.
No, bro.
Is that his man's, or is that like a trained basketball player?
Regardless of who it is, just look at how he's moving. Mitch looks so fluid. It looks so good. Like Mitch is out there looking so fluid. Like I want to see it on the floor. Now if we talking about his man's. Now he ain't moving so good, but that's besides the point.
His
Mitch
man
out there looking like
man.
Yeah, man. He was on his tippy toes.
His man was struggling to check him, man.
Low man, yeah. I don't.
Mitch caught him with the hezzy cross though. Mitch caught him with the hezzy cross. Like
that was kind of filthy. Like
So I don't know. I'm just, but right after the CP, right after he showed that, show the film of Mitch alone at the foul line, looking to pass the ball. Can you show that film
for real?
It's a lot of film. It's a lot of film.
Oh my goodness,
by himself.
A lot of film, man.
Take a dribble.
I don't know. It's you would hope that these coaches would utilize him in a way that plays to his strengths. Are they seeing things in practice that obviously if he had the green light, they would give it to him. I don't think it's a matter of him just being gun shy.
I still remember him.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
No,
I'm sorry. I still remember one. I still remember him. He was being criticized for not shooting the ball, and he went to the public and said, "Hey, the next one I'm shooting." I remember him saying that.
You're right. He told us that we're right
times over the season. Man. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he never did. So I that is why I don't buy this green light. I think he's allowed to at least shoot the ball if he's open.
And I got a question for who like what warrants a green light? Because you know who got a green light? The same dude that's shooting barely 20% from the 3-point line, Julius Randle. So I'm just saying, like, if Julius Randle got some sort of a green light, like Mitch need to go and build his own green light, because like if Julius Randle is able to consistently shoot those shots that even wide open and people are letting him shoot and they're not going in, I'll take, if I'm Mitch Robinson, I'm taking my chances because he's just as open in a lot of scenarios. Even if it is mid-range, if you're going to start from mid-range, just get him up. Like, I don't know. To me, and it's nothing. It's not even like me saying like Mitch is trash because he's not doing it. I just want him to do it, and I know you're probably right that is what the scenario is, because he's probably afraid if that shot goes up, I'm gonna be treated like Kevin Knox. So it's like I get the thought process on that, but I just, man, if you're doing all these things and the coaches are seeing this stuff the same way we're seeing it, so like I say if we're in a situation where you can try it, you can attempt it, you're open for it, you put that thing up.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Shout out to Kaiser Soze 718 for the super chat. He says, he says Mitch looking better than spinning Randall turnover.
I'm saying I would take a Mitch Robinson airball 3 before 5 more times before I take a spin move from Julius Randle.
I agree.
Salute Kaiser Soze, man. I think we hit 18,000 on Knicks Fan TV. 18,000 subscribers.
Okay.
Salute to everybody that's supporting the wave. Definitely appreciate J. Ellis, CK2K, everybody that comes through, collabs on the show all the time. Everybody that's supporting the show, sharing these videos. Like I said, every video counts. Everything that you share, it all goes a long way. The thumbs up, the subscribes, everything, it all goes a long way. So we definitely appreciate it. Definitely remember that this show is available in audio podcast format: Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon Alexa, and Stitcher. So if you can't watch it on video, it's always available in audio podcast format.
Load that, bro.
All right, what else we got? A couple more calls. Let's go to Roland from Long Island. How you doing, man?
Hello?
Yo. Hello.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you, man. Go ahead, bro. All right. Might be a switchboard.
Because last close having problem hearing.
Ronnie Mack, you up, man? How you doing?
Yeah, this is Ronnie Mack.
What's going on, bro?
Oh, go ahead, Ronnie.
Yeah, Ronnie, go ahead, man.
Yeah. What's going on? Yeah, I just got a couple questions for you. I know where I would go with things. I would stick with Perry. I think that he drafted Mitch, and I think that he deserves a year trial. So I wanted to ask you guys who you guys would go with for GM. If you were Leon Rose, who would you hire as coach? I would get Mike Miller. I think he's earned another year. Or I would go with, I prefer Van Gundy over Tibbs, because I think Tibbs would run the young guys to the ground. And I could see Van Gundy more adjusting, because with the Team USA, he really impressed me.
Yeah.
And the last question is, I wanted to ask you guys what you think RJ's ceiling is. I think Paul Pierce is a good role model for him. If we could get him to be Paul Pierce, it's a winnable thing. So I'm a hang up. Shout out to you guys. I'm definitely representing you guys on Facebook and everything.
Appreciate you, bro.
And salute.
Appreciate you, Ronnie. Hang in there down in West Palm, man. Be safe in Florida, man. All right, let's take it. What do you say? Coaching picks? Who you guys?
Yep. GM first.
Wise? GM?
I think we answered that, didn't we?
Yeah, I think we did. I think. Look, right now, if Rose is more comfortable with Perry running the draft, then he has to be kept long term, because you don't want somebody. You know what I mean? If the two of you are not aligned in terms of vision to the point where you're gonna let him go at some point, in the near future, then you might as well let him go now. But if you're gonna move forward with him and run with his scouts and his staff for the draft, then you might as well commit to him for a couple years. You know what I'm saying? What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, I agree completely, man.
Yep.
We said this a few shows too. Is like I personally, I feel like he drafted okay. We'll see what he does. He seems like he does his homework. He's not going to slouch. He's not going to be speaking in meetings like he's Phil Jackson. So I just just roll with it and keep it moving. And let's at least have at least I know he's not going to lean towards moving draft picks for nothing and making dumb moves. And yeah, I'm with having Perry.
How about you, CK?
Oh yeah, I'm not hiding that. I've said it. Especially now that Mills is out of the picture, I say just exactly like the caller said. Let him run it. He's like you hit it the nail on the head. He's been scouting, and if we were to let him go now, that would not be wise, because then we would be going to this draft blind.
Yeah.
So I say, yeah, you gotta let it ride. He's been doing the one thing he's been doing well has been, and two things, like I feel like the contracts too, he's been doing pretty solid with. So I let it ride now that Mills is out of the picture.
Yeah, that's how I see it. Now, if a Pressey comes available, if you want to talk to a Pritchard or so on and so forth, then all right, do your due diligence there. Of course. But to me, the way this whole thing kind of shook out with the season being ending, so abruptly, I'm just not sure, he makes a move. But time will tell. Time will definitely tell. Now, they're saying that I believe they're looking at Michael Ganzi, the assistant GM of the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Numbers guy, right?
No, his name is not Ganji. His name is Brock Ayler. I'm reading an article from Sports Illustrated. It says Knicks have offered the position of assistant general manager to the Cleveland Cavaliers' Brock Ayler, according to Bond.
I like
negotiations ongoing. Let me pull it up and share.
Is that the numbers guy, CP? They're
the capologist.
Capologist, that's right.
He says Aller has served as the Cavs senior director of basketball operations since 2017. Prior to that, he spent a decade personal assistant for Dan Gilbert. Knicks are in the process of reshaping the front office, blah, blah, blah. Rose and top other executives said they admire Aller's ability to manage the salary cap. So there you go.
Okay.
Yep.
Kobe Altman, the Cavs GM, said that Aller is instrumental for all of our strategies.
Okay, now I'm a little worried.
Now
I'm a little worried.
It says that he's mostly responsible for assisting with contract, free agency negotiations, as well as application of the collective bargaining agreement in the roster's development. Spent 9 years in Detroit with Gilbert and Cavs ownership, liaison, business and basketball operations. So
Cavs to. It's 9 years in
Dan
Detroit
Gilbert says he knows more about
Detroit.
the cap than probably PricewaterhouseCoopers knows about IRS code. Lives with the cap with the collective. Hey, listen, all right.
Detroit to wait. Detroit. When did Detroit win their
championship?
Mm-hmm.
Detroit basketball won in 2004.
Okay, so yeah, he came after that. All right, cool.
Because he started falling apart.
Yeah, when he's not falling apart, he can't. Yeah, that's not. It's not looking good. All right.
Boy.
Oh man, he's part of the rebuild of the. Okay, yeah, they never rebuilt. Okay, awesome.
I was gonna say, but the rebuild. Oh no, I don't know.
Hey, is he making decisions or is he counting money?
Well, welcome aboard. He might not be picking the plays, but
is he managing? Yeah, is he counting the money?
Because you said assistant general manager. There's a lot more to that than just managing caps. So that's a little worrisome.
I'm scared.
Yeah, well, I mean, listen, Rose is still gonna be picking the plays, right? Rose and the GM in tandem are still gonna be picking the plays. But
right,
I mean, if you have this guy Aller here, in charge of getting the contracts together and the salary, managing the cap, beautiful.
I mean, if you're going to stay behind the scenes and do his thing, yeah, you're right. It's still a little worrisome, but all right.
Yeah.
I don't know how much power you got. That's all.
Right.
Lord.
Let's jump into this question real quick. Shout out to Ignacio Lobregat. I'm not sure. Sounds Brazilian. I appreciate it, Jail. Appreciate it. They're offering free language courses online as well during this whole quarantine thing. You know what I'm saying, Jail? So We could all, catch up on different joints. Yeah.
I know you're telling me butchering names. I know
that. Yeah. So start, bench, cut. And he wanted to do with number 21 players. Number 21 on the Knicks.
I hate this game.
Jesus.
Wilson Chandler.
Oh man.
Iman Shumpert.
Oh God.
And whole team Damian Dotson.
No.
All right, JLs. Looks like you want to volunteer first.
Yeah, JL said. That's what I heard too. I heard that too. I heard him say that too.
That's not what I said.
Bench.
That's not what I said.
I don't want to.
Where are you going with it?
When did no sound like volunteer first? This is what I want. Oh God. All right. What's this? Which Shump are we talking? Is my first question. Are we talking prime Shump when he was shut?
I mean, he wasn't here for that long, JL. So
I'm about to say, I don't know. We had prime, pre, and after Shump.
We know one thing: there's no such thing as second contract Trump. So it's only about 3-4 years now.
Is this after the ACL or before ACL?
All of
That's
it.
what I'm saying.
All of it.
All of it. Oh my God!
I hate this.
All right.
Yo.
Oh God!
I hate this.
All of it.
All right. Okay. Attitude-wise, Shump when he was in New York was probably one of my favorite players when he was here, like that first season.
Mm-hmm.
But bucket getter-wise, and Wilson was shooting like 50% from he was all right, yo. He was before the injury. I thought Wilson was gonna be it.
Yeah.
Two-way player, solid two-way player, rotational guy. I'm going to.
All right, so where are you going with it?
Damn, yo. I can't. This is not right.
Got him.
I'm going to say Wilson. Start Wilson. And I'm going.
Oh, I think we lost your mic.
Can you hear me? Oh, that means somebody else got to go.
There you are.
We got you though.
There you are. That was tactical, CP. He did that on purpose.
Tactical, yeah. That was an intentional maneuver, man.
We're breaking up, bro.
That was an intentional maneuver, man.
Damn, I started the free dot movement. I can't cut that.
Hey, pressure's on, JLs. I think this is why Ignacio picked this question. He wanted to put you on the spot.
But Shump was my guy too, yo. Shump was. Oh my God. Oh my God. Shump with the 1-on-1 defense. All right, JLs. I'm sorry, Shump. I'm going dot. I'm going.
You stayed strong. He did it.
So wait. You're cutting Shump.
He is.
Okay. All right. So you're starting Wilson, bench dot, cut Shump.
Dot can shoot.
Stayed strong. Okay.
Dot can shoot.
Interesting.
He's gonna hit the shot for you.
CK, where you go?
Man, that was rough.
The start is easy. The start is easy because look, Wilson Chandler. I was all on board with the Wilson Chandler trade. I was so sad and hurt. Like I wanted Melo, but when I found out he was a part of the deal, I was like, no. So easy for me. I'm starting Wilson Chandler. Easy, especially Knicks Wilson Chandler, not the injured mess that he was when he went to Denver. Easy Wilson Chandler at one. Yeah, it gets hard here because like Jill said, I was all about the Iman Shumpert too. But Dot though, man, two-way. But we're only going off of like what he actually did, not what we know he could do, right? So
you know what it is. You know what it is. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, but because if we're going off of that, I gotta go with Shump. I gotta go with Shump and cut Dot. I know if Dot played more, probably would be a different conversation.
I think that's what's just fucking with my head. Sorry.
Yeah, but because one did more, one did things. When actually, I gotta go start Willie Ice, benching Shump, and I'm cutting whole team Dot.
That's out of there.
I'm sorry.
All right, here's what I'm doing. I'm starting Wilson Chandler off the rip. Yo, Wilson Chandler had a good
easy.
It wasn't spectacular. He was a good role player for us.
Yeah.
He averaged 14 and 5 for the Knicks.
Right.
At one point, he was averaging about his last season before they traded him for Melo. He was averaging about 37% from downtown. Played a full. He was rebounding well. Played defense. Wilson Chandler used to average about like 1.5 blocks as well. So don't sleep on that. He was definitely playing defense. Was good for the three every now and again. He would give you a good three every now and again. So he was your prototypical 3-and-D guy. I think they got him with the 23rd pick in the draft.
Yep.
So I think they got good value for him. So I'm definitely starting Wilson. Durability was definitely an issue, no doubt about it. Especially when he got to Denver for sure. But so definitely starting Wilson. Now in terms of Shump and Dot, Shump would average about 9 and 4 with the Knicks.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shumpert averaged 7 and 3. I said 9 and 4. He averaged about 7 and 3 with the Knicks. The ACL injury was his rookie year, JLs. Now, I think between Shump and Dot, yes, Dot was a better 3-point shooter. I'm going to go lean Shump because he was more battle tested. And Shump had some clutch games for us in that Knicks tape 2012-13 playoff.
Sure did. He killed with the Celtics.
He had a great series against the Celtics. Series against the Celtics. Game 2 against the Pacers. We all remember the putback dunk. But remember Game 6 against the Pacers, man, when Shump and Melo went off in the third quarter. We were right. We should have never lost this series, man. First and foremost.
Man.
But Shump back-to-back 3-pointers. We tie the game in the third quarter, man. Should have won the game. Just ran out of gas. Never forget that series. He had the high top rocket, Knicks tape all day. I gotta go Shump, JL. It's just because, he had the battle tested and he played hard for us relatively.
I'm not mad at it either because Shump was one of my favorite players when he was here and healthy.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, you know what it is too? I feel like if Dotson actually got minutes, he'd be good. I think that's what it is.
And that's the thought process I was having too, but I'm like, but he's not getting the minutes, so I have to go off of that.
Right.
And Shump more.
And then Shump with the injuries, every time I feel like Shump got good.
Yeah.
He got cut down with injuries, and it was like every year I'm like, oh, he's about to put it together, and then he got hurt again. It's like,
absolutely, man, absolutely. I think my thing with Dot though, you could make the case for Dot if you want to compare to expectations. Remember, Dot was a 2nd-round pick.
Yeah,
Shumpert was a 17th pick. So production wise, for where you got him, you got a steal in Dotson. I think at the end of the day, from where you got him, you really got to steal from Dotson. If you compare Shumpert to, his peers or who got drafted after him, I got to check that list. In the draft.
Man.
I got to see who got drafted after.
Just the fact that Damian Dotson, he averaged 10 points last season. He averaged 10 points a game last season. He cracked that double digits. I don't think did Shump do that.
Yeah, I don't think it's an easy cut for Dot. I think that's what we're trying to say.
It's
right?
hard.
It's a hard cut. It's a hard cut. So Dot, if you watch it, you're still our guy, man.
Yeah, man, for sure.
Shump too, man. Shump too. He's still my guy too. These are both. Oh man.
Coach East in the chat says he's taking Dot. He's cutting Shump.
So they with you, Jay.
They with you, man. He's whole team Dot. He's with you, JLs.
I am whole team Dot.
I am.
I am.
Go ahead, bro.
Whole team.
Man, go ahead. I ain't mad at it.
Whole team J.
Whole team.
Whole team J.
It's still not easy though. It's not easy.
Nah.
Let's go to Vinny from Ozone Park. Start, cut, bench. Wilson, Chandler, Shumpert, Dotson. Where you going?
Your
man?
turn.
I mean, between the both of them, I think I like Dot as a more under control type of player, but as in Shump, I like the type of like bulldog attitude. They're two different, totally type of different players. One is more up in your face, aggressive. The other one is more like calm, set shot. Will drive to the basket. I mean, that's my opinion on both of them.
Yeah.
As far as the Knicks coach, I see a lot of response from the players. they react very well to Mike Miller. Even though the record is not that good, they still play for him. I would like Van Gundy, don't get me wrong, and Kidd wouldn't be a bad option. But the only thing with Kidd is that when he was in Brooklyn, I believe, he had the real problems with
can't trust him.
Once he started
I don't trust that dude.
Can't trust him. And he had problems.
So
he had problems
if,
with
we got a guy like Kidd
with
come to
Milwaukee
New York,
too, man.
He would start seeing power, especially getting doing well. He would be like kind of a struggle with him.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm worried about, Kidd. And as far as the GM guys, I think Rose is the one that's going to make all this decisions.
Yeah.
So you should just keep Perry then. He has a good basketball knowledge. He seems like a guy, because to me, Rose is going to make all the decisions. And one more thing, guys, and I'll hang up. Julius Randle. The guy is he slows the team down for the type of players that the Knicks have. Athletic. He's just not the right fit for the team. Don't get me wrong. He's a good guy. But I just don't think he's really a fit. He slows the team down, and they need explosive players. All right, guys. Thank you for taking my call. Have a great night, guys.
Appreciate it, bro. Take care, man. Vinny, appreciate it, man. We forgot to answer our coaching picks from the last caller as well. I think right now I would lean between Miller and making a call to Atkinson. Because I think they're both of the coaches that we should be looking at from a development standpoint.
Yes.
Because that's where we are. That's where we need to be. Yes, Van Gundy had experience with the Team USA team, the young team, and sure, he would be a great fit here, and that's my guy. I don't think he would undercut Miller either, though. He's been very complimentary of Mike Miller in interviews this whole year. He's kind of going out his way to really praise the job that he's done. I'm not sure he would undercut him. You never know. But I don't know.
No, yeah, I agree. And the thing is, Mike Miller, the only reason why I feel like people are going against him is only because, like we talked about it last time, the rotations just got weird after the All-Star break. But, even then we were still getting some games and stuff like that. And I think the overall package for Mike Miller was still a successful one nonetheless. It's just, the rotations got a little wonky when we were playing some guys that shouldn't be playing together and stuff like that. But,
true.
Overall, I thought he did fine.
Yeah. How about you?
I would still go Jeff Van Gundy 1 though. I would still go Jeff Van Gundy number 1.
You really think that could happen though? That's my only beef with it.
I just don't know if it's likely.
That's my.
I don't know if it's likely.
I just don't know if it's going to happen.
I get it. If I had my way though, I would do it. I would go Van Gundy, Atkinson, Miller. In my mind.
If he's really considering it, I think Van Gundy is a good pickup, because people are forgetting. Everyone's thinking about his first stint with the Knicks, but dude was coaching the NBA select team, which is all consisting of young players that are going to be in the NBA or that were NBA players now. So he's good with the developing side as well too. So I'm for it. I just don't believe that he's actually considering a return to the league. That's right. It. But if it's real, I'm for it too.
Yeah, I would definitely be for it. Yeah, like you said, I'm just not sure if he's that serious. Yeah. Other news. Do we want to talk about the Oakley interview? Another Oakley interview surfaced today. Got a lot of people agitated. Oak went back on his media tour, as we said, JS. What media tour? Media tour? I'm not on a media tour. And he ends up on CBS Sports Radio. Once again, throwing dirt on the captain's grave. Terrible. And then he brings Bernard King. You never even played with Bernard King.
Yeah.
Brings Bernard King into this jails. What did Bernard King have to do with anything?
Oh, God. I don't know, man.
We set off a firestorm, Jay. This is all your fault, man.
He bored.
You told me to get Oakley on the show, man. I said, I don't know.
You're right. You're right.
Some problems.
Yeah, right. I was like, man, listen, get Oakley on the show. Let's do it. Give me the blame, man. Give me the blame. I'll take it. It's fine.
Listen, we gave him. It's funny. It's some people that got at us on that Oak interview that felt like we tried to bury him. We didn't do nothing, man. We asked the questions. He responded how he wanted to respond. And that was it.
Yeah,
and the crowd,
I didn't know that.
And the crowd gave their opinion. Yes, it's people that, took umbrage with the interview. I didn't think we tried to bury him. We gave him an opportunity to clear his name.
Yeah.
And that was
I didn't see
that.
that at all. Yeah.
Yeah, that definitely wasn't it. I was trying to get some information.
That's
really
it.
What it was.
We just wanted the answers, Shales.
Yeah, I just wanted. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Some answers and see if there was a road to peace somewhere. Like,
that's all.
Yeah, if anything, that's what y'all pushed, and I thought that was the right thing to push. Y'all were trying to get some sort of you trying to get some reconciliation.
We were the peace envoy here, man.
Yeah.
You know. So, listen, it's tough, man. At least the captain took the high road. Salute to Patrick Ewing. He took the high road.
He did.
It's like, damn, why you keep trying to bury Patrick Ewing? It just makes no sense. It makes no sense. The man put the team on his back for 16 years.
With some
probably more than that, right? He came in 85. 85, he came in. He was traded in 2000.
He had some rough rosters and
it's not like we had all stars. Not like we had all stars on the side.
Yeah, no stars.
Best of them. You know, Dan ran into Jordan for a few consecutive years.
If it wasn't for him, we would have had everything with the underdogs that Ewing carried. You know what I mean?
Against Houston that's facts, man.
We would have had at least 2.
Yeah,
we would have had at least 2. So Oak would have been a champion. He would have been a champion either way, because if he was with the Bulls, he probably would have ended up with the championship. Right? They ended up trading him for Cartwright in 88. That's when Oak came to the Knicks. He came to the bomb squad. And then again, Jordan, right then and there, they lost in the 88 playoffs to Jordan. The 6th seed. The Bulls were the 6th seed in that playoffs. The bomb squad was the 2 seed. That was the beginning. That was Jordan hit the shot on Craig Elo against the Cavs, who were the 3 seed. Then they came to the Garden. We had home court advantage, and we lost that series 4-2. That was the beginning of Jordan stepping on the Knicks' neck.
The Knicks.
1988. Man. Mark it on your calendar.
He's like, remember me.
Remember me.
Remember me.
That's how it goes down, man. All right, couple more calls. Let's go to Andy from Jersey. Andy, how you feeling, man?
Oh, what's good, CP? What up? CK, what up, Jay Ellis? CP, it's technically my second time, because last time you kept saying it was my first time. I mean, my first time when I commented on YouTube. But
good, man. How you feeling,
what's good with you guys, man? Appreciate you guys putting up the show during this quarantine. I hope you guys are all safe right now. Kind of going about my thoughts about the Knicks right now. Honestly, first of all, talking about Oakley, man, he sounds so emotional, man.
Yeah.
To be honest, he was definitely off the head and rock, probably even on y'all interview, and it just kind of shows his character now. Kind of talking about
it's sad,
Ewing
really,
all the time.
man.
And honestly, I think
it's really sad, because also I heard Oak was on. I was in his Instagram live like last week or 2. And he was just chilling, and it was him and his wife doing a question and answer, and he was like, "Oh, I don't have any issues with Patrick Ewing." So I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, I just think that's super corny. He's kind of showing his character right now, just constantly talking about Ewing. But honestly, kind of going with the coaching, I think honestly with the Knicks, we need to stick to a plan, regardless of whoever we decide to draft. If we don't have the right coach, or if we don't have the right infrastructure in place, it doesn't matter who we draft, because they're never going to flourish. I think personally, I'm cool with Mike Miller, but I definitely will look at other coaches as well. But whoever we pick, I just think that we need to stick to a structure and a style of play that we can draft the right players to.
Yeah.
If we do get lucky and get a high draft pick, I would definitely look at LaMelo Ball. Or honestly, if we kind of split between like 5 or 6, I'll look at Killian. I would definitely not draft Halliburton either. He looks like Steve Urkel on the basketball court. I would never do that.
Watch this kid be nice, man. Watch Halliburton.
I'm saying, bro.
Don't listen. Don't let this kid get drafted somebody else and he cook us.
Exactly.
I am saying,
because I'm going to play all of these. I'm going to spin that. I'm going to bring up.
And personally, I think I'm kind of a believer you do need some vets on a team, especially in New York. But we definitely gotta get Bobby Portis out of there. He's done. We definitely we gotta call up. I don't know how we're not looking at Iggy. I think he definitely has gained a lot of experience playing in the G League. and he's putting up numbers, man. I think he definitely can be a solid rotational piece. And I do think we need to just open up some shooting, open up the floor and get some shooting for RJ. I do believe that Kevin Knox can improve next year. I think a lot of listeners tend to forget a lot of draft picks now are going to be 18 years old. Like, most of them probably never had a girlfriend before, let alone play in New York City. So we got to look at kind of the league now similar to MLB. You got to have, like, use your G League, get some of your young players, get them some reps. And then, you know, I think you got to look them through. I think I saw on Twitter the Knicks, out of 62 draft picks, only signed 4 to second contract.
I did see that. Yeah, I did see that. But I was throwing a little caution on that, and appreciate the call, Andy. Andy did say he was going to call in, so appreciate it. The thing is, though, with that guy's tweet, I don't remember who it was, and I didn't get a chance to pull it up.
I didn't see that tweet.
Yes, he's right. The mismanagement was still there. He was basically saying that since the Ewing draft, I think there was like 64 draft picks, and the Knicks only like 58 were retained, something like that. Don't quote me on it because I don't have it in front of me, but the whole point is just about mismanagement, right? And mismanagement right. But the point is that during that Ewing tenure, you also have to take into consideration that they were in the playoffs perennially.
Yeah.
You know, from 1988 straight through to 2000.
Yeah.
2000.
Like 20 years.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So a guy like John Wallace didn't deserve to go in his second contract. Walter McCarty didn't deserve to go into his second contract. Dante Jones didn't deserve to go in his second contract. Michael Sweeten didn't deserve to go in his second contract. So you have to take into consideration where they were drafting and who they were drafting, like who they may have missed out on either before their pick or afterwards.
That's fair.
Before we just, you got to put it into proper context is what I'm really trying to say. You know what I mean?
Did we just draft
I agree.
badly?
Yeah, we drafted badly. You know, that's
don't
just
remind
how
us.
it is. But again, the main point is mismanagement, and that's certainly true.
I
guys,
just want to comment on the last thing he said. And I made a whole video about it. I agree 100% on the MLB comparison, and I don't understand why we can never jump on board the whole using the G League as a tool rather than a punishment. Because we got other teams that use it perfectly. You know, we're seeing Toronto is the one I always go to first. Like, we're seeing these cats that go through there that are playing in the G League and get called up even earlier on rather than waiting the whole season, and then they're getting minutes and boom, you know, they're playing well for them and stuff like that. And I don't understand when we have, you know, these areas when we're not playing guys like Knox, Trier, any of these dudes, and we don't use the G League as a tool to get them their reps, get their confidence up, and then bring them back to, you know, play some minutes in the NBA. I just don't understand why we don't, especially when we have a great, like, the Westchester Knicks are arguably better than the big time Knicks. You know what I'm saying?
So all cylinders, man.
So I just never
Peters chopping people up. You got Kenny dunking on people. Iggy's Larry Bird down there.
Average, you know? Amazing. So I just, I don't understand why we don't take advantage of our G League counterparts in the Knicks. I never got it, made a whole video on it, and I love that he brought that up too, because I just feel like that just gets hidden.
Yeah. You were saying something, Jails?
Yeah, small part, because he talked about Iggy and not utilizing Iggy.
Yeah.
There was a report like a month ago or so that said the Knicks were planning to bring up Iggy towards the end of the year to get him to run with the big boy team to see what he can do. So it's too late now. I mean, of course, that was before the pandemic hit. But
right.
At least,
but I mean, even then, I just feel like they should have done it sooner.
Yeah,
they definitely should have done it sooner.
Yeah,
that was Berman's report that they were planning to bring Iggy up, and obviously the season got derailed those plans, so they didn't get a chance to do so.
Yeah.
You know, so to everybody in the chat, once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Upcoming shows Wednesday night. Spencer's coming through. Spencer's confirmed. Nice. We're gonna talk a little draft with Spencer and take some calls. So Wednesday night, Spencer Perlman is in the building. So make sure you guys come through with your questions, because we're gonna be taking some Q&As and stuff like that. So looking forward to that. Thursday night. we got Gerald Brown coming through. I don't know if you guys ever heard this story, but Gerald Brown was a ball boy for the Knicks during the Bomb Squad era in the 80s till 1990.
Okay.
He basically, I don't want to give away too much of the story, but he basically goes to Boston, becomes a ball boy for the Celtics, and was involved in the Knicks versus Celtics playoff series where the Knicks came back and won down 2-0 in the best of 5 series. That's all I'll say. He was involved. So I got to come on Thursday to hear the full story. Yo, it's a crazy story, but trust me, it's going to be worth listening to.
That's crazy.
And we're going to recap on the Bomb Squad days and all of that. So definitely, it's going to be a good week. So we got Spencer Wednesday, Gerald Brown on Thursday. So you guys make sure to tune in. I think we'll do 9 p.m. both shows. So make sure you guys tune in and check that out. Some more super chats that came in. Salute to Danny Thomas. He said Kenny Atkinson and Woodson as the assistant coach. Rodolfo Irizarry says, let's go. Nick sends us a super chat. Salute to Rodolfo. And CM also sends us a super chat. So we appreciate that. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button for your boys. Let's see if Roland is still there. We have one more call in the docket. Roland, can you hear us now? Hello? Hello? All right, so Roland's gone. All right, so we'll wrap the phones up. Definitely say appreciate it to everybody. Yo, did you guys hear that RZA and DJ Premier battle Saturday night on IG Live?
I did not. I am going to listen to it though.
Yeah,
it was. Did not.
It was a classic, man. It was a straight up classic, man.
Who won?
You know what?
No, I don't want to know.
All right, so here's the thing. I'm not even gonna say CK. This is not even a spoiler, but I would say that in the beginning it was so funny because in the beginning you're taking score. Like you're going 1 for 1.
Right.
It was just straight heat, straight classics from your childhood that you grew up on. You know, your high school, middle school days. You're just bringing back so much memories. And you know, DJ Premier, he's playing his Jay-Z cuts, and then Riz is coming in with some Wu-Tang cuts, some 36 Chambers from Wet Method Man's album, Raekwon's solo album. So in the beginning, you taking score. And it, you know, it seemed like RZA had taken the lead, but Primo was still pacing himself very well. But in the middle, I think once they got into Life After Death, and Primo played which was the track on Life After Death that he Kick in the Door, which is my joint, which is by the way allegedly a Nas diss record.
Yo,
Primo plays that, and then RZA plays Long Kiss Goodnight. I lost it at that point.
Oh,
complete because I didn't even remember that he did that beat.
What?
I didn't even remember that he did that beat.
Yes.
He did Long Kiss Goodnight.
RZA did Long Kiss Goodnight, and I lost it that Saturday.
Oh wow! Okay, I gotta watch that.
At that point, I stopped taking score. I say, you know what? This is just too
enjoy
much
the
of a
ride.
classic. I'm just gonna enjoy the ride.
Just enjoy the ride, right?
I'm done.
Okay,
I'm done.
It
was great, man. It, like I said, it just took you back to your childhood. And then what was dope was that after each one would play, you know, their respective records, they would give you like the behind the scenes story of it.
I love that.
You know what I mean? So give you a little bit of that history as well. So
That's
that was also cool. And Method Man was just such a slept on MC, man. That when he played some of those Meth classics, man, it took you back, man.
Yeah.
That definitely took you back. But it
was,
was,
I'm watching. It's on my watch later. Let's get it. I'm watching it. Gotta watch it.
Yeah. Everybody who was everybody was on there, man. For sure. And then
I call the Jonta, yeah.
Yeah.
I caught the Jonta thrashing Neo. I caught that one.
Yep. Sean Brown and Chats at Havoc was on Life After Death too. Yep, sure was. He sure was. Only Built for Cuban Link, best album of all time. Yeah, they played Verbal Intercourse, Incarcerated Scarfaces. Just absolute classics, man. RZA, that's so talented, man. So talented. All the Gangstar classics, you know. And there was a lot of stuff they didn't even play. You know, a lot of stuff they didn't play. They didn't play
That's
Daytona
when you know
500, Ghostface Daytona 500.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Annie Up, Primo didn't play that.
I heard they didn't create Cream. I heard that.
Oh, yeah. They played it. Yeah. He played it.
Okay.
Yeah, he definitely played it. So it was a classic too, man. Definitely a classic. My guy Chuck D dropped the album too over the weekend. Enemy Radio, Enemy Radio. Yeah, man, gave me a sneak peek. Our album is definitely hard. Make sure you guys pick that up. Loud is not enough.
I gotta retweet that. Hold on.
That definitely show the OG some love as well, man. So it was a good weekend for music, man. For all days of music, you know. Something that we can go back to and be proud of, man. Because nothing against the newer stuff, but it's harder to really latch on to like it did the other stuff.
Yeah.
But, that's what it is, fellas. So good show. Salute to everybody that came through tonight, man. Definitely had a good time. Definitely had a blast. JL, let's go ahead and sign out, bro.
Yeah, you know what it is. You know the vibes. You want to watch some old content, The Nick of Time Show, definitely hit youtube.com/The Nick of Time Show. Also catch all the old content with SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, all that noise. We even got CK2K on an old episode from last season.
Yeah,
it was really good. It was funny as hell too. I think do we have you on video? I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure we have you on video.
We on video.
You on video too? Oh, that's when we had the video. We had like bootleg cameras, like one light.
Full house was in there. Yes. Yeah.
That was so bootleg. It was mad dark as before you. Yeah, but check it out. It's funny. It's good stuff.
Good stuff.
Yeah,
go ahead, bro.
And I say the same thing every time, man. Just appreciate being on here with you guys, man. Love collabing with these shows, talking to y'all. You know where to find me, everything CK2K. Trying to get back on the streaming tip. Video coming out soon this week, everything. But I just appreciate all you guys, supporting all of us. Getting this man CP and Knicks Fan TV to 18K. That's huge. Congratulations, my friend. That's what's up. Yeah, man.
Appreciate you. And salute to everybody for joining us, man. Again, appreciate you guys at 18K, man. Everybody that been supporting, been collaborating, everybody that just shows this channel love, man. It's all a community affair for the fans, by the fans. Number one show for the fans, by the fans. Remember to share these videos, Instagram, Facebook, text, email, whatever the case may be. Share these videos, and once again, the more the merrier. Salute to Bless Roberts, all of the mods, Pranav, we appreciate it. TM, appreciate it. Teddy, salute. Above the Rim, appreciate it. Go ahead, CK, go ahead, shout some people out, man.
Hey, man, shout out to Delano. Shout out to everybody. Pranav out here. He was keeping the conversations going throughout the entire show, so shout out to him. Got a lot of people that were, coming from my channel, coming over here. See Sean. Shout out to everybody, man. Always showing love. Neil's next door. You know what it is.
Yes, sir. Jay, also want to shout anybody out before we go?
Yeah, shout out to Wolfman, shout out to John Flynn, so shout out to Fritz Suncore, shout out to Kaiser Sose, shout out to Michael Parker just cause, shout out to Alice Collins, even though I don't see him here, but just shout out just cause. Shout out to Quiet Money, shout out to Up to Nupe, shout out everybody, man. Shout out everybody rocking the KOT and XNTV and CK2K. Shout out to everybody.
Yes, sir, man. Everybody, like we said, man, be safe out there. Most important thing, be safe out there so that you can come back and watch these later on this week, man. So we see you guys Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Spencer Perlman, Draft Talk all night. Peace.